Hello, welcome to Tim Anderson Ranch and Horse Training. I have some pretty big news today to share with you, but first I want to take a minute and talk about who I am and what I do. It's a little bit different than other ranch and homestead type things I've seen on YouTube. It's similar to like a homestead as far as a small piece of personal property that we raise animals on that we use to make our living. But I have the addition to that as far as I also train horses. And the way it all works together is the horses that we train are working ranch type horses. And we use those horses to work our cows and stuff on the ranch here. It all works together as far as we raise the cows, we sell the meat for the cows, and train horses. I train horses for the outside public. I also give horse riding lessons and teach people how to show their horse also, because we take these horses and go to ranch type horse shows where we show in ranch events, working cow horse, reining, those sort of things. And then we use the cows to train those horses, and then we sell the cows for meat in the end. So it all kind of works together. I'm hoping to expand on the livestock once we get moved to this new location. So the location that I'm at now, I currently lease. It's roughly 16 acres. Some of that's not usable because it's too wet. Somewhere around 12 acres. And we've outgrown that. So we bought this location here. And this is 30 acres, 20 of it is cleared, and then 10 is still wooded. And our plan was to move to this location in the next 6 to 9 months or so. So we got it cleared, we've started this barn, but we've recently found out that our place that we lease has been sold, and we have 90 days to get moved out and move to this new location. So we're really going to have to ramp up the building here at the new location. Probably not going to have everything finished like I'd like when we get moved here, but we will have it operable, and then we'll just have to keep working on it and keep finishing it out like what I want in the end while we're here working. So I wanted to take a minute and show you the barn, show you where we're at, and show you where I'm at with the property. And the next couple of months of videos I'll be putting out will be the progression of the property and getting moved here. We need to be moved here in about 90 days. So I have blocked out blocks of where I would normally do riding lessons for working up here. And I'll be working up here lots of nights and weekends. Still have to operate the business. I still have to get the outside training horses ridden, still have to teach the riding lessons that I normally teach, but we also just have to get the work put in so that we move here. So let me give you a little bit of a tour of the barn and the property and where it's at right now, and show you how much we have to go to be here in 90 days. Okay, so since the last video, we had blown insulation blown up on the ceiling. I believe you can see that. That's going to help give us a little bit of insulation from the heat radiating through the metal roof. I am in South Mississippi, close to the Gulf Coast, so we do get pretty warm here. So we've blown that insulation up there. We are still waiting on the ridge vent to come in. One came in and it was the wrong one, so hopefully that will be in any day. And we're still waiting on our exterior roll-up doors. And those are supposed to be in any day also. Like everybody else in the country, we've had really cold weather. Of course, cold for us is close to freezing, 32 degrees, not near as cold as what a lot of the country has had. But we've also had about 6 inches of rain in the last week. So that has really slowed us down tremendously. So that's a look of the barn, where we're at. Really hasn't progressed a whole lot since the last time I showed you, mainly because of the weather situation. Now let's take a walk out in the pasture. Okay, so just a little bit about the status of the pasture. We planted grass last spring after we had this cleared. We planted a Bahia grass. We are on the Gulf Coast, and this is one of the grasses that does best for our soil area, and you'll see we have a pretty fair amount of it. We are in February, and depending on how our winter goes, sometimes it turns totally brown and dies back, and sometimes it doesn't. And we've been pretty lucky this winter. I'm kind of under this canopy of trees right here, and that helped this area of grass to not get as much frost. So this is actually doesn't have a lot of nutritional value, but this is pretty decent forage. So I'm gonna pan around to the other side. There's my bush hog. I was cutting grass the other day and had to unhook right there. You see that brown grass that's kind of tall out there? That is Kogon grass. That is an invasive species that I'm gonna have to try to eliminate out of the pasture. That's gonna be work and time consuming. The animals don't eat it very well. It's a rough, thick bladed grass and doesn't have any nutritional value, so it's not very helpful. But where we planted the Bahia grass, it looks like it's taken very well. So once spring comes this year, I think we're gonna have pretty nice pasture. Now let's go talk about some fence. Okay, so I'm at the back of the property. You can see the barn in the distance up there. We had a couple hurricanes come through, little small hurricanes, and blew over a few trees after we had it cleared, and that's what that one is there. I've got most of them cleaned up, but I still have one or two around I need to clean up. So I'm in the back corner, and I've been putting wood posts in for my corners and some of my line posts. What we're planning on doing is putting in field fence with electric across the top. So I've been working on getting the post in. I have most of them in. Might be missing one or two here and there, but have most of them in. We'll be stretching wire next week hopefully and putting my braces on those posts. So there's an update for you on the status of the barn, the property, and the fence. There's a lot to do, a lot we have to get done to be moved in here in 90 days. We're gonna have to keep plugging away and gonna have to make it happen. I'll be posting videos so you can see the progress as we go. And also I have to keep the business going without having the business that we do, the horse training and lessons and working cows and that kind of thing. All of this here is pointless, so I have to keep the business going. And we actually have 9 people going to a horse show tomorrow. So when I get finished shooting this video, I have a full day's worth of lessons and horses to ride. So stay in touch, and I'll keep you posted on the progress. Be sure to click the subscribe button if you want to see the updates, and the thumbs up button, get notifications as videos come out. And until next time, thank you for watching.